I'm gonna bet that one of the first things you did today was to look out the window. Maybe you looked just to check the weather. Maybe you looked to see the sun. But what you really saw was the world. That's what a book does. A book can show you the world. But here's the thing about your window. When the light hits it just right, you don't just see the world outside. You can also see your reflection. So the window becomes a mirror. That's also what a book does. A book can show you the world, but it can also show you a reflection of yourself. But what happens if you never see anyone in a book that looks like you? When I was a child, there were two things everyone knew about me. One was that I loved books, and the other was that I was Asian. Everyone knew I was Asian because, well, look at me. My family was one of the few Asian families in our town. So that meant that except for my sisters, I was the only Asian girl in my elementary school. And I did not like that. I decided early on that I was just going to pretend that I wasn't Asian. I refused to learn Chinese, I ate McDonald's, and I curled my hair. I remember in third grade, I was walking down the street and I saw my reflection in a store window. And I said, there's a Chinese girl there. And then I thought, oh, wait, that's me. I had spent so much time pretending that I wasn't Asian that I really did forget that I was. And in a lot of ways, it was really easy to forget. It seemed like there was nobody that looked like me anywhere. There was nobody that looked like me in school. There was nobody that looked like me in the movies. There was nobody that looked like me on TV or in the magazines. And most importantly, there was nobody that looked like me in the books that I loved. In fact, the only book I ever saw with an Asian person in it was this one. One day, my elementary school librarian took this book out and she said, today we're going to read The Five Chinese Brothers. And all of my classmates turned to me and said, oh, Chinese, just like you. Have you ever been horrified by your own reflection in a mirror? Because that is how I felt every time I was reminded of my ethnicity. In fifth grade, my class decided to put on the play Return to Oz. And all the girls wanted to be Dorothy, me included. So all the girls, every day at recess, all the girls who wanted to be Dorothy would stand in a circle and we would all sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow over and over again, practicing for the audition. Until, on the day of the audition, I turned to the girl next to me and I said, today's the audition. Do you think they might choose me to be Dorothy? And she looked at me and she said, but you can't be Dorothy. Dorothy's not Chinese. And when she said this, I felt so stupid. It was that horrible embarrassment where you get hot and red and sticky, as if even your skin is crying tiny, boiling tears. It's that feeling when someone says to you, who do you think you are? And you feel like you're nobody. I felt like I was nobody. I felt like I could never be Dorothy. I could never be anyone important like that.